Hi everyone. My name is Christian Washington. Did my friends vote? The dangers of public voting? Now let's begin. Summary of the problem. This to identify the issue. Let's identify the issue. Some lawmakers and tech advocates are pushing to make voting data public and easily searchable, whether or not you voted in an election, not who you voted for, just if you participated. Their goal is admirable to use social accountability to boost voter turnout. However, I will agree that this method, while well intended, did creates severe consequences. It sacrifices initial privacy, pressure people into voting for the wrong reasons, and can be weaponized to harass and suppress voters. First reason, privacy concerns. My first argument is on privacy, which is the most main point of the free vote. For over a century, the secret bulletin has protected us from conscience, allowing us to vote our conscience without fear as the electronic Persevere's Information Center emphasizes this privacy is a key Democrat principle, making participation public chips away at this shield. Experts Presley and Tucker warned that in the digital age, this single data point, whether you voted, can be combined with other online information to infer your political linings, creating a profile you never consent to. Public concern over digital privacy is already high. Adding voting records to the mix would only deepen this anxiety and distrust. Second reason, distorted voting motivation. Second, this policy corrupts the very reason we want people to vote. We want an engaged, informed, accelerated. But if your neighbors, coworkers, or even strangers online can check your voting status, the primary motivation shifts. It becomes about avoiding the scarlet letter of being a non-voter rather than a genuine desire to participate. The Brandon Center for Justice continuations that such digital pressure tactics can lead to voting without real engagement with the issues. Academic research like the large-scale study by Gruber, Green, and Lermer confirms that social pressure often leads to fast, compliant decisions rather than thoughtful ones. This graph illustrates the dangerous shift we could see. Genuine civic motivation declining, replaced by the desire to simply avoid social judgment. Third reason, risk of harassment and suppression. My third and most serious point is that public data can be weaponized. Even knowing that someone voted can make them a target. During tense politic times, activists, pressure groups, or even hackers could use this list to focus immediate campaigns. The Brandon Center has documented how digital disinformation often aims to suppress votes, and public records would provide a different targeting tool. Furthermore, as Epic points out, there are few laws preventing this data from being sold or used in micro-targeted politic ads without your consent. This graph shows the disproportionate risk, the disproportionate risk, while everyone's risk increases, politic activists, and minority communities groups already vulnerable to suppressed tactics would face the greatest threat, chilling precipitation, their participation instead of encouraging it. Options, so opposition and conciliation, observation and conciliation, opposition and conciliation. Now it's important to address the opposition fairly. The argument is complying and simple. More visibility leads to more accountability, which leads to more people voting. They point to credible research, some of the very experts I say earlier, showing that social media reminders and public pledge can even turn out as pledges can give turnout a small boost. And here I offer a full concession. They are right about the goal. We absolutely need more people to vote. A healthy Democrat requires high participation. I am not arguing against that goal in the slightest. Refutation and conclusion. However, the method they propose is fundamentally flawed. The potential for harm dwarfs in small potential gain. The same research on social pressure shows it can breed resentment and cause people to disengage entirely to avoid the hassle. This isn't a hypothetical problem, as explained in a Vox investigation. Companions are already using voter data for our aggressive pressure tactics, blurring the line between a friend nudge and digital conscience. They, the core issue, as Epic identified, is a lack of transparency and consent. People don't know how their data is used. Do we really want a Democrat where people vote because they're afraid of being shamed on a social media feed or targeted by harassers? True civic health comes from voluntary, informed participation, not from a system of public surveillance and pressure. Conclusion. In conclusion, making individual voting records public is the wrong tool for the job. To recap, it undermines the privacy that protects our vote. It pressures people into voting for the wrong reasons, and it creates a new tool for harassment and voter suppression, the exact opposite of its intent. So if the goal is more voters, it should be, we must choose better paths. Let's invest in civic education, make voter registrations automatic, expand early and mail-in voting, and remove barriers to participation. Let's inspire people to vote, not scare or shame them into it. Our democratic deserves better than a system of digital persuasion, peer pressure. Thank you.